What's up guys, this is skyzm and we are back on my test world where I build things and blow things up so that I can show you the trap that I used to kill Pungence in my most recent HermitCraft episode. It's a pretty basic design, but it's still pretty interesting and it's worth looking at here. But like with a lot of things in Minecraft, a lot of it was based around creativity, so I had to create kind of a story, a reason that Pungence would want to open the chest. What is happening with the music? Was that supposed to happen? I don't know, that was weird. So yeah, we're going to take a look at this thing here, and I'll show you it in stages, and I'll link the HermitCraft episode in my description so that you can check that out. You don't get a real good look at it, you just see it work. You just see it kill Pungence. Alright guys, so the first thing you do here is you build an 11 by 11 by 2 deep hole. So you want to dig this out here. It's 11 blocks over and 11 blocks over again, so you get a square, and then take that thing 2 deep. Alright, this redstone block here is just a marker for me, so you're not going to place that. So you want to dig that hole, and then I'll be back with the next phase of this in a second here. Alright, here's step 2. You have to take a little notch right out of the middle of the wall here. So you had your 11 by 11 by 2 hole, and you take another 2 block notch out right here, because this is where part of the trap happens. There needs to be a piston that's going to go here later that's going to push a block up. So we're not going to show you that just yet, but take a notch out here for later. But this is what the redstone looks like. Oops, I forgot a block. Hang on. This is generally what the redstone looks like. Now it can vary, but I chose this configuration. So again, the redstone block is going to leave, but the idea here is that we want redstone streaming out from it in different directions. So I chose to go 1, 2, 3, 4 over, 2 down, 1, 2, 3, 4 over, 2 down. And the reason I did that was because this lets me connect a piece of TNT here, 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 and here, and one in the back, which is going to set off secondary TNT all over the place. Now, same deal. Don't place any of your TNT. Take this redstone block out later. This is just for a marker. This is just for show. Oh man, I mess it up so many times. Make sure you do not put the TNT down yet, and make sure you, when you do put it down, that you do not later activate it. Dear Lord, don't activate it. Alright, so this is stage 2. We have our notch, we have our redstone. I'll be back in a second with the next step. Alright, so for this step here, all that we've done is remove the redstone block and put an actual piece of redstone down, and then put a trap chest right above that. Now what this does is, the trap chest sends out a redstone signal. So if I open this up, you can look at the, I'm pointing at it, you can't see that. You can look at this block right here. And it's going to light up very faintly when we open up this chest, so take a look. You can see that right there. It just kind of pops open. But watch this. If we put a piece of TNT down, what do you think is going to happen? Not enough. Not enough signal gets sent out to actually activate that. So we'll take care of that in the next step. So here's what we're talking about with the direct and indirect power issue. When we were dealing with the actual mock-up over here, we realized that this doesn't send enough power out to actually activate the TNT. So here's what happens. If the TNT is directly adjacent, get out of here, man, come on. If the TNT is directly adjacent to the trap chest, when you open it up, it sets it off. Kaboom! Take that, slam. But when you have something like this with the redstone hooked up, you don't get enough. So what you can do is you can take the repeater, pop one of these bad boys facing the direction of the TNT. What this does is it increases the redstone signal to max, setting off both batches, well, whatever you got set up, goodbye slime, when you open up the chest. So back over here in the diagram, what I did in the building, in the trap for Pungence, was I popped one of these down here, one of these down here, one of these down here, and one of these down here. I had TNT wired up all the way around on this and on this, so that when this got opened up here, when the trap chest got opened up, it sent that signal out and lit up the TNT here, the TNT here, here, and here and here. And we're actually going to remove all this just for a second, because on this step we had a piston. Boom. So when we opened up the chest, the piston got activated, and I'm going to show you that. This was my one mistake. Hang on. Now this was the only part of the trap that didn't work. I could have sworn that I did this and it worked before in creative, but a piston cannot push a piece of obsidian. So my original idea for the trap was I had a piece of obsidian here and coal on either side of it to kind of mask it, just as like a border, like a threshold into the house that I built. There was the thing that you haven't seen is that there's a house built all around this that you go into. That's kind of like where the trap is. So the whole point here is that when he opens up the chest, he's going to hear the TNT, and in order to prevent him, or at least make it harder for him to escape before the TNT goes off, when you open up the chest, this piston pushes up a block right in front of the door, and I wanted it to be obsidian so it would be hard to break. But I guess kind of in lieu of that, you could probably do maybe a couple blocks in front of it here. Oops. You could probably do a couple blocks in front of it, so that when you hit this, two get pushed up. So even when you're running through the door, you break one block, you still have another one kind of in your way. It doesn't matter because the TNT goes off pretty quickly. This guy's really killing me here. The TNT goes off pretty quickly, and you could also fix that by having a larger area that the trap is in, just so that you can't get to the door in time. But yeah, that was the only part that went off. Could have sworn I did that and it worked before, but obviously I didn't. So I think, hang on, let me take a look here. I'm going to take a quick break, look over the footage, but I think that's the bulk of it. Yeah, give me a second, guys. Alright, before we cover it up, this is pretty much what the whole complete thing looked like. I had a little bit more TNT than this, I think. Maybe even, I couldn't tell you how much TNT I had. There was enough, though. But the important thing, and this is very, very, very important, you have to cover it up with dirt. You don't have to, but it helps. Dirt has a very, very poor blast resistance. If you use stone or some other material as for your floor, then it's going to absorb a lot of the blast of the TNT, and it might not kill an armored individual. So I'm going to cover this up here, finish up the house, and we will show you guys how it all works out. I'll be right back. Alright, so here's the completed trap. In the actual video, of course, it was a complete log cabin with roof and everything, and you know, of course, the greatest thing about Minecraft is the creativity. We had to come up with a creative way to get Pungence to want to come into this house and want to open up this chest, and not look around and dismantle the trap and, you know, break every block like you can do in Minecraft. So we came up with the story of the horse kidnapping. We actually did kidnap his horse, of course, but it made him want to come in here, open up this chest, and see what we had in store for him. Oh! And that'll kill you. Alright guys, that'll do it for this. Go check out the video. Most importantly, go check out Pungence's view. My view is just kind of creeping around in the trees for the first few minutes. But his view has all the action and all of the death, most importantly. So this was pretty cool. I like setting up traps. It was pretty fun. And if you guys want some more of these, let me know. Leave a like. It always helps us out. And thanks guys for watching. I will see you later on.